people. So today I've got a slightly different little video for you, because today I'm going to start talking about some ways that we can apply some of the different intuitive languages. If you don't know what I'm talking about, I've talked about intuitive languages before and what the different kinds are, and so that you can start to hopefully figure out what your intuitive language is. So one of the intuitive languages is the kinesthetic language. So that's when we tend to get that intuitive information actually through our bodies. This might be called being clairsentient, like when we just feel things in our body. But it's also, we can start to use that physical sensitivity to actually get information. And we can do that just passively, like because we just sort of are hit by some feeling or something someday, but we can start to do it more actively by actually consciously applying that sensitivity. And with the body, one of the ways that we can apply it is dowsing. There's many ways to use dowsing. Some people use bent rods and all sorts of things, but one of the simplest ways is to use a pendulum. You can get fancy pendulums, little crystal bobs that are hanging off chains and things. And if, certainly get pretty ones if you like that sort of thing. But the truth is, you can use anything, just any weight at the end of a freely moving string or something. So you can use a pair of you can use a set of keys, or in this case, just give me a second, let me get this off. And yeah, so we can use this. So so you can see here so this is generally how you use a pendulum. So that would be yes, and then no is like side to side like that. Some people have it so that yes is sort of moving in a clockwise direction, and some people have it that no is therefore moving in the opposite direction, the clockwise, the anti-clockwise. And again, it's just focus and intention. Like if you hang your dowel or your pendulum, like if you want to check what you want to eat or something, if you feel like a snack, you can just hold the pendulum over the pack of the chips or the chocolate or the apple or whatever it is, and just see, like I like to use, yes, because it's sort of like nodding, and no, left and right. So yes is up and down, no is side to side, because for me that makes sense, because that's sort of like with nodding or shaking my head. But you can use it anyway. And there is a little bit more of a sophisticated way that you can use it. Because the problem that I have with dowsing is that it's kind of like a very blunt instrument. And if I'm going to use something like that, that's just yes or no, personally, I'd just rather use my soul seat. If you don't know what I mean, you can check on the website. I talk about the soul seat there. I talk about it in my book, The Soul's Brain. So there's plenty of ways you can learn to work with your soul seat. But the thing is, when you're dowsing, there is a more advanced way that you can learn to do that, and that you can work with dowsing. And so I'm going to show you how to do that now. Okay, so here we are. I'm not sure how this is going to go, but we'll give it a go. Hopefully it'll show you what I'm talking about. So start off by, making yourself a semicircle. So I'm just going to do it quite simply, using this little bell jar and a ruler Right, that'll do. Oh, no, it won't. Oh. Right, it's a bit messy, but you get the idea. All right, and then what you want to do is give yourself a number of different radiuses. So, I mean, if you did it on the computer, you could get it a lot neater. And also, if you did it on the computer, then you'd have well, you'd just be able to print it out, wouldn't you? And have lots of them. Anyway, I'm just trying to give you the idea here. So the point is that you've got, rather than just having a sort of a yes-no instrument, we're working to give ourselves, you know, a more refined instrument here. Right, so instead of just going, you know, yes, no with your pendulum, like, yes, I want an apple, no, I don't want chocolate, sad. What we can do is we can use, you know, each one of these radiuses. You don't want to use the bottom one, because then, you know, if this is orange and that is pear or something, you don't know which is which. So, you know, apple, orange, what did I say, pear? Yeah, it could be chips. I don't know, what else would you, should be an I. What else? Walnuts, biscuit, or I suppose American friends would call that a cookie. Oh, yeah. All right. Then what else will we call here? Just I don't know. Let's just say tea and coffee. There we go. Right. So the whole point is that by doing this, you're giving yourself the opportunity to have something that is a lot more complex than just yes or no. So, all right, so if we're just focusing on, okay, so what would I like for a snack? Okay, so what I would like would be chocolate. This is no surprise. But remember, focus and intention. I asked what I would like. Now, if I asked, well, what would be the healthiest snack for me right now? So the healthy, like, what would help my body feel best? So remember, it's like I asked what I would like for a snack. Now, the thing is if I ask, well, what would be healthy for me for a snack? So that looks like pear to me. Okay. Obviously, if you're using a pointed pendulum, it makes it a bit easier. But you get the idea, you know. So you can use this sort of all sorts of things. It doesn't have to be snacks. You know, for some people, they have a lot of supplements, and you don't necessarily actually have to take your supplements every day. So like if each of these things is a different supplement, like if one is, I don't know, your vitamin D and your calcium and whatever it is, like you don't necessarily have to take these things every day. I mean, that's one of the reasons why we talk about variety is the spice of life. So if you have one, then you draw up all your supplements. You can check which supplements you want to take today. You can use it, you know, for if you have a supplement that is a liquid that, you know, for example, it's something like digestive bitters, that it's really there to help your digestion. You know, you could have different amounts here. Like, so how much bitters should I take today, or how often? So really, by using this, you can get a much more refined answer. So hopefully that gives you a more advanced way that you can use the physical sensitivity that we have when we have that particular clairsentient or intuition through our body kind of language. So there you are. I hope that was helpful. I hope that's given you some inspiration for the different ways you can start to use that physical sensitivity. I mean, obviously, if you're someone whose intuitive language is around that clairsentience, around that physical sensitivity, this could be something that could be a game changer for you. So certainly practice it. If it's not how your intuition works, well, that's okay. You can practice it anyway, because it is a very good way to start to really refine your awareness, because it takes it from being that very blunt yes no kind of instrument to a more refined one where you can start to get more complex answers. So play with that. I hope it helps, and I certainly hope it helps you to remember that you're brilliant.